Hello all, my name is Prabhakar. I'm making a series of videos available to you to learn Amazon Web Services. In this session, I'm going to talk about Amazon SNS, that is a simple notification service. Here is a content for today's session, brief about simple notification service. Inside a lab, I'm going to set up a simple notification service to trigger email notifications for S3 files delete or upload. So suppose you create a S3 bucket and you share this bucket to a customer, and instead of every time go to S3 bucket and then check that okay whether customer copied any files or not. So you can enable this kind of settings as a part of SNS for triggering the email notification, so that as soon as customer copied any files on your S3 bucket, then it will automatically trigger the email notification to your email ID. So let's go and then check the brief about simple notification service. Simple notification service is a notification service provided as part of Amazon Web Services. It provides a low-cost infrastructure for the mass delivery of messages, predominantly to mobile users. From the sender's viewpoint, SNS act as a single message bus that can message to a variety of devices and the platforms. And a simple notification service can also deliver messages by SMSs to 200 plus countries. And a simple notification service uses a publish and a subscriber model to push the delivery notification to the respective users. And here, try to understand this diagram. So SNS, which comes with two category. One is the publishers and second one is subscribers. These publishers is nothing but the producers who actually send the messages, and subscribers are nothing but the consumers who actually receive the messages. Suppose here is my publisher. Let's take an example, Amazon Flipkart, Amazon. And so if they publish any message, okay, if they send any message, so and we have to create a topic here. The topic is nothing but it is a logical access point that acts as a communication channel, so that a topic lets you group a multiple endpoints such as Amazon Lambda or SQS and then HTTPS and email addresses. So I will take another example here. Suppose if I'm buying anything from Amazon or maybe Flipkart. So, and if I buy any mobile from the Flipkart, so there are a lot of services are act as a subscriber, so that those are the services are like a delivery agent and like a delivery distributor and end customers. Suppose as soon as I placed a request, then automatically it will send the notification as okay, you have successfully placed the request. And as soon as my item is packed, then it will send another notification. As soon as my item is dispatched, then again it will send another notification. Once I receive the product, then again it will send another notification like okay, so your product is successfully received. So this is how. So we can also add a multiple subscribers here. These subscribers could be humans, or subscribers could be some various gateways or various AWS resources. Here I can make Amazon simple queue service as a subscriber, as well as AWS Lambda function as a subscriber, or HTTP endpoint as a subscriber, so that so whenever I push any message and my top insert to my topic, then automatically so it will trigger the respective AWS Lambda function or HTTP endpoint or SQS. So another example is that, so via email, I want to actually shut down any of the AWS resource. What I can do, I can create a Lambda function, and I can integrate my Lambda function with my SNS, so that whenever I send any mail like okay stop EC2 instance, then my topic, from the topic it will send the notification to Lambda function. From the Lambda function it will receive that message, and based on that message we can write a custom code to terminate or to shut down all the EC2 instances. So we can extend these kind of customizations based on the requirement. Okay. And the subscriber is nothing but that could be anything like Amazon SQS queue or Lambda function or maybe HTTP endpoint or EC2 instance or DB instance. So those are actually receive the notifications over of one of the supported protocol that could be SQS or HTTP or email or SMS or Lambda function. So now let's go ahead and then check that okay how to set up a simple notification service to trigger the notifications. And so here, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a S3 bucket here. And from that S3 bucket, so if I copy any file or if I delete any file from that bucket, okay, so it will automatically send the notification to me. So let's go ahead and create the S3 bucket here. Here is my AWS Management Console. Go to Services, and so go to S3, and inside S3, I'm creating a bucket here. Okay, create a bucket. So my bucket name, I'm using it as a like a Prabhakar. Okay, and here is my demo bucket. Okay, so and create this bucket. Now this bucket is created, and as of now I don't have any content on this. And next is go ahead and then create a simple notification service, and you can type SNS, that's a simple notification service. You can click on this. Inside that, so this UI might change frequently. So UI could be anything. So if you click on this link, so this is the page, okay, the constant page where you have to create a topic here. So topic is nothing but, as I said, it is a logical segregation of your grouping of the messages. So here I'm using it as the demo topic, okay, or maybe I can say another option is like S3 event. Okay, so S3 event is my topic name. Okay, the same topic name I'm copying it in the display name. Okay, so then after that there are a couple of other options are available. Okay, so encryption is nothing but, okay, so suppose if I'm sending any customer confidential information, so in this case I can enable the encryption here. So enabling the encryption, it's at the server side encryption, it will add some additional encryption so that so we can keep the messages are highly secure and highly encrypted. So as of now for this demo, I don't require any additional encryption for that. So that's why I'm disabling this encryption. And access policy is nothing but, okay, so what I can do, so I can give the suppose in my AWS account multiple teams are working on this. Okay, so I created a topic. So if I leave it as a blank, okay, anyone can go ahead and then anyone can push the messages, as well as anyone can configure, or anyone can use it. So here I can customize that, okay, who can publish the messages to the topic, okay, only owner or everyone, or specific to AWS account, and who can subscribe that. Suppose if I want to restrict that, okay, these are the set of AWS resources can subscribe my AWS topic. So that kind of subscription also we can restrict and we can customize that. And the second one is a delivery retrieve policy. So this is nothing but, so if the message is not delivered, so then it will try 3 times. Okay, so by that 3 times, okay, if the message is not delivered, then that message will be no longer available. So for that there is additional configuration that's available in AWS, so that is a deadline queue. So with the help of this deadline queue, so if the message is not delivered, then these messages will automatically move to that queue. So that again you can go ahead and then you can check it, and then again you can replay and resend those messages. And here is a delivery status logging. So if you want to log it, and so you can enable that. Okay, so Lambda level and the queue level and the cloud logs. So you can enable and you can do that. So it will add some additional cost, okay, based on the type of resources you are using. Okay, as of now this is not required for me. And the tags are optional here. Okay, so and I'm keeping it as a blank. So now it's a time to actually go ahead and then create the topic here. Okay, you can click on the create topic. Now I have successfully created a topic here. My topic name is S3 event is a topic. So next part is that now it's a time to trigger my topic. So whenever I upload a source code on S3, so before that I have to configure that. Okay, so like S3 can be send the SNS can send the notification if something is modified in S3. So as well as, so I have to integrate S3 as well as SNS, and also I have to provide the email addresses also on that. So for that, what I'm going to do here, so I'm clicking on the subscription part. So I'm creating another subscription here. Okay, so click on S3 and create a subscription. Okay, so this subscription part, so here are the set of subscription details are already there. Okay, and for that, what I'm going to do here, so before creating the subscription, okay, so I have to do some settings for the topic here. So now go to the topics, click on the S3 topic here, and here is there is edit button. Okay, you can edit that, and inside that, okay, access policy. Okay, so here is an access policy. If you see that, okay, get topic attributes, and then the condition is nothing but, okay, source owner can modify this. Okay, what kind of modifications, we don't know that. So what we can do, so here I can modify the access policy as per the S3. So for that, I already prepared that content here. So you can copy this section. Okay, so here only one thing is that we have to modify the ARN of your SNS. So here is ARN number of ARN of SNS. Okay, and here is nothing but your bucket name, we have to put it. Okay, so copy this. Okay, and after that you can go here and then replace this entire stuff. Okay, and before replacing that, what I can do, I'm copying this ARN number here and put that ARN value into here. Okay, put it here, and then now copy this entire block. Okay, and paste it here. So I have already maintained this login to description. Okay, so you can go ahead and then you can copy this access policy JSON, and you can modify it as per your requirement and then use it. Okay, after modifying this access policy, okay, you can save the changes. So, and now the changes are done. So now what you can do, now you can create the subscription here. Okay, this subscription, it is using the following topic. If I have a multiple topics, so it will give the drop down here, and the protocol. So as I said, so it will support a multiple protocols. Okay, so I can go ahead with the HTTP, HTTPS, email, and then JSON and Q and Lambda and SMS also I can do it. So even I can I can enable, I can give the endpoint as a mobile number here. So that SMS part I will cover into the follow-up session. Here I'm selecting that email. Okay, so here for giving this email, so I have created an email called AWS testing email. Okay, so I can specify AWS testing email at gmail.com. Okay, so once you say, okay, create a subscription here, I don't require to specify any additional parameters here. Okay, so now if you say create a subscription, and if you go to the subscription here, you can see that the pending confirmation. That means that, okay, whenever you add an email address, so it will send the confirmation email to you. So here, if you go here and then if you check that, okay, so here is the confirmation mail to check the your subscription, and you can click on this confirm subscription. And now your subscription is, you can see the window as subscription is confirmed. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm deleting this mail. Okay, so because AWS is going to send the multiple mails here. So for the demonstration purpose and the better understanding purpose, I'm deleting all the mails so that we can see the latest mail only here. And now again, go to your S3 and so here this subscription part is done. Now go to services and S3. Here is my bucket. Okay, so Prabhakar-demo is S3 bucket. So inside this bucket, so if you go to the properties, okay, the UI might be different for AWS. So okay, at the time of watching, so this UI might be different, but always keep in mind. So keep a note on this. Always you have to go to the properties. So in order to modify any kind of events, as well as doing the transfer acceleration and then object level of logging, or doing any kind of changes at S3 bucket level. So on the properties, okay, here is an events. Okay, you can click on the events, and if you have any of the events are already available, okay, you can delete those events and click on add event. So this event, I'm calling it as S3 bucket event. Okay, and at which cases, okay, you want to you want to actually trigger the event. Okay, when you post the thing, or when you copy the thing, or when you upload a multi upload part. So here I'm selecting that, okay, all objects created. Okay, it could be API level upload, or it could be a post or copy or multi part upload. Okay, and the second part is that all kind of deletion. So when the deletion is happened, so then again I want to trigger the event. The prefix and suffix is not required. So if I add a prefix and suffix, like if I say xls, so whenever .xls file is uploaded, then only it will trigger the notification, trigger the events. And if I have a multiple folders inside my S3 bucket, so like if I say docs and slash, okay, so if I copy XLS file inside a docs folder, then only it will trigger the event. So as of now, I'm keeping both the entries as a blank, and send the notification by using to SNS, and choose the SNS name is S3 event, which I have created a topic that. Now save the changes. After doing these changes, again it will send the one more email for the confirmation whether you want to subscribe for this S3 changes. So here you can go ahead and then check that. Okay, as of now, so we already done the subscription confirmation. So now what you can do, you can go to S3, okay, and upload any file here. Okay, so I'm uploading a file here. Go here, and now here I'm uploading a sample PNG file, new underscore icon one dot PNG file. Just upload this file, and so once this upload is completed, then you can go ahead and then check your inbox. So inside this inbox, you can find the mail. Okay, so here is an S3 event, the topic is triggered, and here you can identify that, okay, object is created, and by using the put method. And so the bucket name is Prabhakar-demo, and so you can also find the key value is a new icon one.png file. So similarly, if I go ahead and then delete this file, okay, select this file and go to the actions, and okay, before doing that, okay, let me delete this file, this mail. Okay, so otherwise it will add all the mails into the follow-up section. So, and here delete the file. Okay, once the file is deleted, and you can go ahead and then check that. Okay, so it will send another notification, and this notification is belongs to object removal. Okay, by using a delete method, and I have removed that file name is this. So this is how, so you can customize the notifications. Okay, so whenever you customer put any of the files, or copied any files on your S3 bucket, then automatically you will get the notification. Based on the notifications, you can take that files, and then you can proceed further operations based on the customer requirement. So, and this is how we can do the changes for the SNS, and we can integrate SNS with S3 events. And I hope you enjoy the video, and we come to end of the video, and hopefully this lab give you a chance to work on SNS and enable the notifications for the S3 events. Thanks for watching this video.